Hi everyone, Pablo again with video 17 in our weight loss video series. This is what should we be eating. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm not really going to go through every little item on here. I hope you can go ahead and look at the list and then pick out what you like and notice the number of grams per serving. But the food is on the left. The serving size, 100 grams of that particular type of food, gives you this number of grams, this number of grams of fat. So it gives you this information. I put this here because you can then build your diets and your meals based on all these ingredients, but there's a better way to do it, and it's what I use, as I'll cover later on in one of the following videos. A better way to do this all automatically online. There's an application, a web app, not web app, a website. Actually, I take it back. There is an app for it as well, but we use the website. And it does all this for you. It figures everything out. You tell where you want to be, what you want, how you want to eat, whether you're fasting or not. All of that stuff gets worked in, and it puts out every day a menu for you. And you can say, no, I don't like this set of meals. Refresh, it gives you a new set of meals, still keeping to the amounts of calories, carbs, etc. that you want. Anyway, so we'll cover that, but this is in case you don't do that. Protein meats, try to eat grass-fed beef and free-range chicken if budget allows. Again, if you can, if it's more expensive. Are you going to say, oh, well, if I can't afford eat grass-fed beef, I shouldn't do this at all? No, of course not. Eat regular beef. Don't eat grass-fed beef. It's still better that you eat this way than it is to continue the way you've been eating. So go with whatever you can afford. Note that a cup is 225 grams. So if you use a cup to measure your food, and then the number of carbs will be slightly over double what is in this third column. So keep in mind, this is for 100 grams. And a cup is 225. So you almost have to double this in a little bit more to figure out how many grams of carbs you're going to get. Be aware you're going to need to buy a digital food scale. We measure all of our food in grams. It's much easier. Not 95% of the packaging for food out there includes grams, so it's very easy to identify how much of each product you need to buy. So now let's continue. Again, there's more protein. I'm not gonna stop for all of these. Just gonna show you that everything can be broken down into carbs and fats and calories and everything else you want. But this is all still protein. And some of the seafood protein, you notice, does have some carbs, so be careful with those. Vegetables. Here's some vegetables. Notice that vegetables do have carbs, 7 grams, 9 grams, and this is for 100 grams. So fat is very low in vegetables. So organic, if your budget allows. If not, don't worry about it. Eat what you can, buy what you can. Avoiding vegetables with a lot of starch like potatoes and squashes. Be careful, because there's some in this list that are they're not good. The lower the number, the better. Note a cup is 225. I think I covered that a little while ago. Continued vegetables. Here's more vegetables. Let you take a look at that. Again, more. So I'm going to skip through all these because you can really screen grab or take a picture of each one and write it down yourself, however you want to do it. This is dairy. Notice fat for dairy is high, which is why dairy is good to have in your diet, because you're trying to eat high fat, very moderate protein, tiny carbs. That's the new diet. That's the keto diet. That's the paleo diet. A lot of fat, a little bit of protein, or 25%, and then hardly no carbs. If you can avoid them entirely, better. Let me give you a note on carbs right now that I think I probably don't mention anywhere in here, but if you go back to caveman days or even hunter-gatherer days, there's 3 macronutrients that we eat: fat, protein, and carbs. Those are the 3. All foods can be broken down into those 3. Protein, if you stop eating protein, you die. If you stop eating fat, you die. Carbs isn't that way. Carbs is not required by your body at all. You can completely cut out carbs and eat only protein and fat, and you're going to be fine. You will thrive, in fact, because that's almost exactly what we were eating for all those years. But now, let me continue with this now. But just keep in mind, carbs, not necessary. What should we eat? Nuts. Here's nuts. Here's the fat content of nuts. This is why nuts are good for your diet. Just keep in mind that they have a lot of fat, yes, which is great, but they also have a decent amount of carbs, which you want to avoid. So keep this in mind. All right, what should we drink? Water. If you can drink nothing but water, you're great. No need to do anything else. The amount of water you should drink is your weight in pounds. If you weigh 200 pounds, divide that by 2, so you end up with 100, and drink that number of ounces of water per day. 100 ounces of water per day. Every day. Do not skip the water. You have to. Water flavoring. Use this only when in maintenance. Once you've lost the weight you need, you can do this and add some flavoring to your water. If you're going to use any kind of water flavoring, make sure to check the label and the food label on the back and make sure that the sweetener it's using is either a 1 or a 0, which we covered this in the glycemic index in video 8, so go back. H-E-B and Kroger brand water flavors are good examples with no glycemic impact. Whole milk, you want the fat that is in whole milk. Do not buy 2%, do not buy low-fat milk. Buy whole milk. You want, if you can deal with the lactose and the carbs that you're going to get from whole milk, drink whole milk. All right, that's it for this video. We're going to go on to putting what we've learned into practice. This is video 18 coming up. If you want to subscribe, follow, there's only a couple videos left now. Click the subscribe button up above, and the little bell icon will get you notifications when there's a new video available. So video 18, see you there.